imagine if Barack Obama had entered the White House after a lifetime of tabloid-chronicled marital infidelity, culminating in a pre-election scheme to pay $130,000 in hush money to an adult film star to hide an affair. Imagine if he was married to a spouse who had posed for widely publicized naked magazine spreads during her modeling career. Furthermore, consider the fallout if Obama faced over 24 public accusations of sexual misconduct, was found legally liable by a federal jury for sexual abuse and defamation, and boasted on tape about grabbing women without consent. Finally, imagine the permanent wreckage to his career if public records showed a history of flying on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet and socializing with him for decades. The moral condemnation from political opponents would have been swift, total, and permanent. Corporate fraud and financial enrichment. What if the Obama family had treated the American presidency as a personal cash cow? Imagine if Obama had refused to divest from his private corporate empire, systematically forcing the Secret Service to spend millions of taxpayer dollars at his own golf resorts while pocketing massive checks from foreign governments. Imagine if a court ordered the mandatory dissolution of Obama's personal charity for persistently illegal conduct, such as using charitable funds to settle private legal debts, while another court hit him with a $450 million judgment for a decades-long pattern of systemic bank and real estate fraud, alongside a $25 million settlement for running a fraudulent university that scammed everyday students. Fascist tactics, voting rights, and deceit. On the level of daily governance, imagine an Obama administration anchored by a documented fire hose of falsehoods that reached over 30,000 false or misleading claims in a single term. Consider the outrage if Obama had adopted openly fascist tactics, systematically branding the free press as the enemy of the people, threatening to weaponize the Justice Department to jail his political enemies, and aggressively launching campaigns to dismantle voting rights by trying to throw out millions of legally cast ballots. Imagine if he had completely bungled a global pandemic, publicly downplaying a virus, mocking masks, suggesting the ingestion of toxic disinfectants, and actively subverting his own public health scientists while hundreds of thousands of Americans died. Criminality and constitutional betrayal. Finally, look at the ultimate institutional breakdown. Imagine if Barack Obama became a convicted felon, found guilty on 34 criminal counts of falsifying business records. Imagine if he was federally indicted for stealing highly classified national security and nuclear documents, hoarding them in a resort bathroom, and instructing his staff to hide them from the FBI. Most critically, imagine if Obama lost an election, spent months spreading toxic conspiracy theories to subvert the vote, pressured election officials to manufacture point totals, and ultimately incited a violent mob to storm the U.S. Capitol to halt the peaceful transfer of power. The ultimate double standard. This contrast exposes America's rawest double standard. A black man must be completely flawless just to be tolerated, while a white man can break every law, shred the Constitution, and still be worshipped. Calling white privilege a myth in the black mind in the face of this reality is pure delusion. The ultimate privilege is the freedom to destroy everything and still demand to be called a patriot.
This video just goes to show that some of you racist bigots will vote for a convicted felon, a sexual predator, a fraudster, before you would even vote for a qualified black candidate at all. You did the same thing to Kamala Harris. You did not, and when Barack Obama was running right now, you wouldn't vote for him. You would still vote for Trump, even though he's a pedophile and he's done all these things. January 6th, he's stolen money. He's doubled his worth since he's been in office by stealing money from funds and getting pardon bribes and giving his Elon Musk and his Jared Kushner and all these people government contracts for $500 million or $600 million, which is crazy. You know what I mean? But this just goes to show that some of you racist bigots love mediocrity and white trash. That's what you love. You love mediocrity and white trash. You won't vote for the honest black candidate, overqualified, overeducated candidate because of the color of their skin. And that's simply the God's honest truth. Just admit it. You do not like black people. That's it.